Good evening and welcome to the Slam Cyber Talk Show, where we keep you updated on tech-related issues, being its gist and how to stay safe online. Today we're going to talk about common cyber threats and how to stay safe online. I'm your host Matilda Susu. Do stay tuned for more. Welcome back. So I have here with me on my right a cybersecurity analyst who has been training for almost 3 years. He goes by the name Mr. Ibrahim Habib. Good evening and welcome to our show.
Thank you very much, Matilda, for inviting me to your show today.
That's good. So today we are talking about some common cyber threats and how to stay safe online. Now, to begin with, what are the most common cyber threats people face today?
Okay, so it's quite interesting that today we are in the digital age, and everything we use has become digitalized, our data, especially protecting it. And there we have bad guys trying to get our data for their own advantage. Like
Yeah.
Doc used to say, good people do good things for good reasons. Bad people take advantages of them or advantage of them. So cyber threats, we have them in many styles. Just like we have bad guys do their things in many ways to affect people negatively, right? And their main thing is to chase after your data or your system that is carrying the data, right? So an attack like deny you access to your PC or your system that is carrying the data is something that would bother an individual organization very much. Imagine today, let's say a bank's server or a bank's computer or network, entire network is shut down, right? That would be a huge problem.
Yeah.
And that kind of attack can be attributed to the attack called the DOS attack, denial of service, which compromise availability as a pillar of security in cybersecurity. And also, we also have the other one, distributed denial of service, right? We have other ones too, like phishing attacks, which mostly goes with emails, pushing individuals to click on links that would invite them, would invite, what do you call it, either malicious thing into their network or maybe take them to a site to collect their details, right? And many others like ransomware and so on.
All right. Okay. That's quite interesting. At least I have learned DOS, DDoS, phishing,
Yeah,
and some ransomware attacks. Okay.
very well.
So then, how do phishing attacks typically trick people?
So the main goal of phishing attack is to push you to click or to mostly comes with links inside email. So they'll send you an email that most of the times looks like a sense of urgency. They make it to seem as it's
Oh, I
urgent,
see.
right? So do you read it and you feel like, okay, I have to do something.
Yeah.
Imagine you are there and then somebody will send you an email. Hey, Matilda, you've won this amount of money. Click this link to claim your this in a program you know you have been in, right? So you see, for example, this Canadian visa thing that people used to apply, right? You find smart guys, right? What they do is mostly when you apply for this thing, right? You see, most of the time when you're applying, is get to the monetary part and they say, okay, you have to pay, and then people back off. They collect your data and later on send you email. Hey, you've gotten the opportunity, right? So follow this. This is just an example, but it comes in different ways, right? Just so it will push you to be interested in it and easy click it, right? And be careful of the links. Let's say, for example, you get an email from Ghana, right? Maybe Ghana passport or something, and the link looks something very different, not anything related to passport link. You see https xyz.acrobat or something. You click on it, it takes you somewhere else. Very well. So phishing is just the concept that I think they brought in this type of attack. You see, when you are fishing, you kind of put a hook and you put a worm on the hook and then you put it in the water just to attract fishes to come and bite, right? So these things, they always try to put it in a way that is pleasant, right? The emails especially. put it in a way that is pleasant, that if you are not careful, you bite and you'll be hooked, right?
Yeah.
So that is phishing in a nutshell.
All right, that's quite interesting. So, aside phishing, you mentioned some of these other attacks. How do they also work? Let's say, for example, you mentioned ransomware and then the DOS. If you can just briefly tell us how they also like do their attacks, so that we can also be aware of them.
So ransomware attack is that type of attack where an attacker would find a way, right? We call it attack vectors, right? Either find a way and then try to allow you or to let you download or put malware on your system, right? Which will in turn encrypt your device, right? So first of all, when it sits on your system, it encrypts your entire files, whatever, and then locks it up and then, asks you to pay money, right? A ransom, right? Mostly via Bitcoin because it's untraceable. If you are going to use, fiat, they can trace it. So mostly they use these cryptocurrencies, right?
Okay.
So ransomware is very simple. They encrypt your device and then ask you to, pay money. Imagine you've completed or you've worked on a project for like 6 months, right? And then you have just a day or an hour or two to go and present in the front of audience. And then all of a sudden you see your system has been locked, pay this amount.
Whoa.
What do you do at that moment?
That's going to be very alarming. And for of course, obviously, if I'm not privy to these things,
Yeah.
I'll definitely feel the urge to like pay
Exactly.
because I actually need to do my
Exactly.
transaction or do something. It's urgent to me, so definitely I might end up falling for it.
Good. And
But
you don't want your effort to go to waste because at the
exactly.
moment you are going to present, right? For 6 months you've been
That's
working on
true.
something,
Yeah.
right? And we've had many issues like the WannaCry ransomware that hit the world some time ago,
Okay.
and a few others, right? Just that most people are still ignorant, and that is why we still need to educate people. One of the weakest links you can get in security is human error.
All right. Thank you for that insight. All right. So then, what simple steps can individuals take to protect their accounts and devices?
Okay, so ways to protect your account, your online interaction, and so on. First of all, I would say for me, I think education is one of the key things that we need to do, right?
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
That is why we even have a month, October, called the Cyber Month, where cyber expert people, right, push the cyber institution push to educate people. Hey, make sure you have a strong password. Make sure you do this.
Yeah,
Make sure you do this.
that's good.
Why? Because 90% of the time, 90% of the time, errors come from human, right?
That's true.
Most of the mistake, right? Maybe you have a strong password, you've said everything, and then you see one nice message. Okay, this message, Matilda, or somebody writes something mentioning your name, your mother's name. Where knows you kind of get that kind of what do you call it, urgency or that kind of feeling to
Yeah,
click on
and
it.
not to cut, and that's also crazy because you know recently how AI has been infused in this digital system as well. So it has a way of edit it to tune it to your voice. They can even put your face and all that. So anyone can easily fall for that. So the education really, really matters.
So that is what we call the deep fake, right? So, and it's getting worse and worse. I think for every technology that comes, it has its benefit and its disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, all these things are created for good reasons. Just that bad guys always find their way to use it in their advantage.
It's always the bad
right?
guys.
So in this world, it's just two things.
Yeah.
It's just either it's right or wrong, it's good or bad, it's
That's
up and
true.
down, right? So we need to understand in the digital world too what is good and what is bad,
Yeah.
right? And how to what be safe online.
That's great. Thank you for that answer. But to also add up to this, how would a layman protect their devices? You know, we have as in as much as we need to like education matters and all, just like you said. Maybe I have some grandmother in the village, or let me put it this way, illiterates. How do they also like protect themselves online?
A person who I would say is zero in terms of using gadgets.
Yeah.
For me, I think if you start using the phone, you get to learn how to click this, how to.
yeah.
Same thing, if you are using it, also learn how to protect yourself. Because at the end of the day, you put your money on your Momo account, you are going to do your bank transaction, whatever, right? The key thing is that every institution will tell you, hey, create a strong password.
Yeah.
Hey, don't expose your Momo pin to. I think those are the basics one we should keep exposing or explaining to people. Because up to recently, we have people who still give their what Momo pin out,
Yeah, that's
right?
very
And a type of attack called phishing, right? And that is prevalent in Ghana, where they will call you and tell you, oh, we have an issue with your account, and they mention a pin. Okay, confirm if this is your pin.
Yeah.
Right? You say, no, okay, this is not it, this is the right one. Then you tell them the right one before you realize your account is empty. Right? So it comes with what we call a social engineering tactics, psychology play game, right? To trick you. Right? So these are some of the things we still need to educate people because Ghanaians are nice.
Yeah.
Right? The moment I come start talking to you, you wouldn't know if I have a bad intention. But you have to be very careful.
Oh, thank you so much for that insight. So guys, we need to always use the right passwords to stay safe online. All right, Habib. So thank you for these insights. Now, for our last question before we leave, can you share a real life example of a cyber attack and what could have prevented it?
Okay, so I will give an example of one that happened in 2021, Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack, which shut down fuel supply to some part of US. And the attack happened when attackers were able to compromise a VPN, right?
Okay.
So this one type, and its prevention is to use multi-factor authentication. It's one key thing that we should be using, and also the common ones you and I have been seeing, right? Some people, WhatsApp takeover, Momo fraud, all these things are also cyber attacks, right?
Yeah,
If somebody should compromise your WhatsApp, I mean, it's something cyber, right?
Exactly.
You'll be fighting to get your what? Your Momo back, your WhatsApp back. Right? So these are, we have a lot, but this is some, and key preventions, right? Your password, very important.
Very important.
Set a strong standard password. Multi-factor authentication for any app that has that feature, your Google account, enable it.
Okay.
Right? Also, you update your softwares, make sure it's up to date, and also use basic tools like antivirus on your devices.
Thank you for coming to our show today.
Thank you.
I, for one, have learned a lot. Thank you for sharing your insight. Hope to see you another time. Have a nice evening.
Okay, thank you very much, Matilda.
All right, my lovely viewers. So that's it for today. Common cyber threats and how to stay safe online. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The Slam Cyber Talk Show is here to stay. Always stay glued to your seat. Follow us on our social media handles as displayed on your screen, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel to always stay alert. Drop your comments in the section as well, and then we are going to have an engaging moment. My name is Matilda Sosun once again, and I'm your host for this show. Goodbye.